So, now we begin session 16 or whatever this is of Fever Swamp. So, a lot of stuff happened last time. It was a very eventful session. Philsticker, want to tell us about what happened to you?
Let me try to remember. Oh yeah, yeah. So we saw a really cool looking corpse. I was gonna go, check it out. But some worms were inside of it, which I should have guessed, having this having been foreshadowed in previous life experience and in the game. Quickly, Filsticker shot his own arm off with his magical swamp powers, and now he has no arm.
No right arm. He has a left arm. He has
Oh,
one.
right. He has an arm, yeah.
Yes. Some other exciting things happened.
Oh, yeah, so I also got a potion, or an aerosol that if we apply it to us, Lord Godfrey will come down and strangle us to death. So that's useful.
It very well might be.
That's actually our best case scenario. This might have just been like some kind of acid. We didn't check what was in the bottle.
That's true, you haven't. Let's see. Kildrak, you've been having a bad time, haven't you?
Dying sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is like the go insane first kind of dying.
I mean, that part could be fun.
I don't know.
I mean, not for Kildrak necessarily.
Oh yes. Yes. But
like in that regard, it's terrible. But...
Yes, your wisdom stat is plummeting though.
This is what you get for consorting with loose women.
I don't think that's what happened at all, actually.
No, this is just what you get for being in the swamp. Eventually, you catch the soul rot and die. It's basically inevitable.
But yeah, I think I've got how many? Wait, what? Oh, okay. I've got 10 days.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Lucas, you had an experience.
Yeah. Yes. Excuse me.
How in character.
Lucas was quite ill, and he dealt with that illness by going to Sally, who was a witch we'd been helping out, who had been a friend of the party, who decided that part of the cost of being helped out was a curse of misfortune, which Lucas wasn't happy about. But I mean, we'd already done most of the ritual, and he thought if he refused to finish, it was going to be a fight, and we have all this stuff to do, and he wasn't sure he was going to make it back to the healing house, so he just did it.
And
he's not super thrilled with his decision of eating this tooth.
Yeah. But, I mean, the starving curse was going to kill you.
It was.
Yeah. Because you were already at the point where you were taking exhaustion, so that's like 4 more days of being alive.
So. 6, but
is it that many levels?
It's not great either way, because like we'd have to abandon the monolith plan, really, to make it, and that would have been after we gotten the party into a fight in which Lucas would have been alone against the powerful monster, who had probably just drugged him with something. It didn't seem like it was really feasible for him to decline.
No, it would not have been wise for him to decline.
But he did at least haggle a discount.
Yes. Which, considering what you were haggling with, is pretty impressive. But mostly because I didn't want to push the issue too much. But all right, yeah. So, before we dive off into death and glory, um, I've got a few things that I've been saving up to ask some of you. Um, hey Ixa, um, so Ixa, I've been wondering, as a koboldish paladin, what is it that Ixa thinks about the Nilfenberg Empire, and in what way, if any, does her opinion differ from that of common kobold?
Okay, well, I'm not sure exactly what normal kobolds would think of the Empire. They're not like citizens or considered citizens of it, are they? Are there
Most
any?
most likely not. If there was a kobold that was a citizen, like a full citizen, that would be unusual. There might be subjects somewhere.
Yeah, that's roughly what I figured. So, Ixa, I think like she views it as like just the level of organization of what the Empire has accomplished is admirable, but she probably doesn't really care too much about the specifics or the laws or anything. And specifically, she doesn't care anything about the religion. I'm sure you've noticed she's not a particularly religious kobold since she doesn't even have the skill despite being a paladin.
Hmm. Yes. Um, has she ever been into some of the into like the big cities, or just here on the outskirts?
She may have visited like a city at some point, but I didn't imagine she's ever like lived in one or really spent a lot of time in them. She has spent time around humans, but mostly like in little towns and villages.
Hmm. Okay, that's interesting. Go ahead and have your inspiration back.
Yeah.
All the cities in Elfenberg are perfectly square.
However they're laid out in a very organized and um, efficient manner. Silas, um, so you gained an awesome new superpower recently, and I feel like we kind of neglected you and didn't really give you um, the spotlight that really deserved.
Well, there are other things going on, like people are dying. We can't stop and pay attention to everyone's ancestral ghosts that pop up when there are more literal, more dangerous undead around.
That's true. That's true. Um, but we have a little time now, so I'd like to talk about that for a minute. So, like, what was the experience of contacting your ancestral spirits like the first time this happened?
Uh, well, I was actually imagining that was probably the first time, even, that this wasn't a thing he knew about beforehand, but it was something that happened in the midst of that battle that afterwards he had to reflect on, and he actually hasn't had time to go back to that place I mentioned in the backstory as part of the thing he knew about that wellspring of arcane knowledge hidden underground to try and make sense of this. Because that's the way he would usually do that: wander off into the wilderness, find this location, and try and find a book or some record on a scroll or something.
Well, that leads me to an interesting follow-up question. We all know that those spirits are your ancestral spirits. Did Silas recognize any of these spirits as particular ancestors, or does he not even know that that is what they are?
Yeah, I think it's more interesting even if he doesn't realize it. Like it wasn't his grandfather, it would be like his great 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 grandfather or grandmother or something who appeared, and they're like people who look somewhat like him, but he doesn't realize the connection yet. And uh,
Like he might guess that they're from the same tribe or, you know,
like
nation
some
or whatever he's
lineage
from,
or something.
but
Yeah.
he doesn't know yet that they're a familial connection.
And the other thing too is that like with the breadth and sheer amount of various kinds of undead we've seen, like skeletons and zombies and ghosts in the water waiting to drown people,
Mm-hmm.
uh, he might not realize that this is a thing inherent to him and not like a weird thing that happened once in the swamp, but as it keeps happening, and if he gets the opportunity to fight something outside the swamp and sees this happen, there'll be a moment of realization like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's possible. He might, even if he realizes that they're specifically protecting him, he might just think that I've accidentally befriended a swamp spirit. I
Mhm.
probably wish I hadn't done that in the long term. um, see Tulgan's character from the Darkwood campaign.
Oh, yes, very much like that.
Um, but yes. All right, go ahead and have your inspiration back.
Cool. When you called on Togen first, I knew I was gonna be next, or I was gonna be at some point in this, and I was looking at his sheet like, dear God, what am I gonna say about this small box of buttons that I rolled on the on the random item table?
I took
uh,
them from each seamstress I slew.
you know, if I had looked through your stuff, I probably would have, but I had just looked at your character. I'd looked through everyone's character sheet to see who had inspiration marked and who didn't, and I saw Silas, no inspiration. Well, I know what my question is going to be for him, and I didn't even look beyond that because I was like, I knew I was going to ask about your ancestral spirits.
Cool. That makes
Because
sense.
that was the most recently relevant thing that I kind of felt bad because because I felt like you were trying to do something with that, with drinking the hallucinogenic brew at the
Hmm.
party, and like other shit was happening,
No, that's fine.
and we didn't give that the spotlight I felt that it really deserved, and it was especially noticeable to me when I re-listened to that episode.
Oh, well, thank you for that.
Yes. Um, but Lucas. Lucas, you're out here a long way from home.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, when Lucas fails in his quest and doesn't return home, who will miss him?
Well, he does have family. You know, his mother and father still live in Nilfenburg. Neither of them is noble. I don't imagine any of them were as successful as he was. He's sort of an academic star. He's gotten into the cartographer society. I think that the two of them probably, probably his father worked as a laborer somewhere into their retirement now, relying on occasional money from him when he's around. So if they're still alive when they get news, then probably them. But Lucas is unmarried. He hasn't become romantically involved. He's obsessed with this notion that he's going to be a noble. And until he is, he doesn't feel he's complete. He's not ready to go out into the world looking for that sort of thing, because he'd be looking among the wrong class.
Right. I see. Um,
Excuse me, a bit of a cough this week.
it's very that's very well. If you have to cough, try and mute your mic, but don't worry about it.
Maybe you should get inspiration for getting especially into character.
Yeah,
Like
Unfortunately,
in
He was
podcast
genuinely dying.
yes, for role playing, that's 6 Constitution.
unfortunately, Lucas had a stomach bug, and I'd prefer not to roleplay that.
Yes, and if you do, definitely mute the mic. Let's see. Well, I don't really have any follow-up questions to that. His parents were laborers, or his father was a laborer. What did his mother do? Did she do anything to bring in money for the family?
You know, why don't we go with she was a copyist. That way, you know, Lucas had someone to teach him literacy and all of that growing up, which gave him a leg up on studying. Maybe he had access to books because of her work, and it's sort of how he got into his studies.
That makes a lot of sense. I like that, and that would certainly explain why he learned to read and write so well. That he could get
Become a
into,
wizard and
yeah,
then a cartographer.
yes, or whichever order that happened. Well,
I
all
imagine both were
cartographers
quite
are
challenging.
all cartographers are wizards because maps are magic. Maybe. I don't know.
And because if you have an int score, there's really nothing else to do with your life. But
All right. I'm content with that answer. Mark your inspiration. And I believe everyone is now inspired. Um, just good. Just good. Um, because you have explored three of the four hexes that, according to Phil Sticker, one of which should contain the Ur corpse. So it's either in the next hex or back in the Katoplapas lands, and you really hope it's not there. So.
No, we gotta go kill that thing. I hope it's there.
Okay.
Or
Well, I guess I
Lucifer's
shouldn't.
lying.
I shouldn't speak to your hopes.
Yeah, go to hell.
Yeah. My bad.
I will just throw out that Kildrak definitely wants to find the people.
Yeah, that would definitely be a good thing. Good thing for him to find.
We should start doing this in general because I'm pretty sure we get experience for that even.
Yeah, what did Sally tell us
Right,
about
if I remember
finding
right?
people?
Yeah, staying a night with a new tribe with the people that we haven't met yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of the XP rewards on the thing there. Sally told you that there were people living around here, but when the corpse file came through and like knocked down her house and stuff, they also fled the area, and she doesn't know exactly where they've gone.
Did she give us a direction that they would have gone? Like, I genuinely don't remember.
I mean, she probably would have said that the ones that she knew about went the same, would have gone like the same direction she did going south.
Okay.
But I'll just tell you, they're encountering their village as a random encounter. They don't have specific locations.
Okay. Okay, so it's totally up to chance. Cool.
Yes, because they're semi-nomadic.
Sure.
Or at least the map didn't want to lock into stone where all of their camps are. So, all right. It's morning. You've had your short rest. You're at Sally's place. You're getting ready to head out. Which way you going? How are you going? Who's navigating?
I believe we are going to the evil monolith. I believe that is a slow pace. And I'm pretty sure that the ranger navigates.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I guess so.
And I can forage then, since that's usually how we do it.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh no, not very good today.
And oh no, Coriander, you failed. Quick, use your reroll from being in your favorite terrain. Okay, there you go. Yes. It's okay. The you head off, and you said you were going at a slow pace. But as you cross into this area, you catch sight of the Aleph, Lord Gottfried, flying through the air. He seems to be going in a large circle around the hex on the area. He hasn't spotted you yet.
All right, everyone, let's get on our makeup and our perfume and hope for the best. I mean, just
Maybe we could disguise our boats as heaping or as floating piles of leaves and shit. If we took some branches off of trees and laid them over ourselves, and then he'd see us and think, "I don't want to talk to those piles of branches," and we could just float on past and be okay.
You
I
know,
like
that's
that
probably
idea.
a better idea, but
I like that idea better than taking whatever the hag gave us.
And then worst comes to worst, we use this stuff the hag gave me. Oh, or we throw this stuff on a rock or something, and then he goes to strangle the rock, and we go on past.
that might be a better plan than you think. Keep an eye out for any wildlife as we travel.
Because the stuff that the hag gave us, it's a hag. There's consequences.
Of course, but consider that she thought we would be spraying ourselves. Now, if we were to find, say, a crocodile and spray it, the only immediate concern would be the immediate concern of evading the crocodile. Otherwise, whatever ill consequence will happen to the crocodile. And
What if we throw it on
Godfrey
him?
will look at the crocodile and he'll see his daughter and either start wrestling the crocodile, which is to our advantage, or see his daughter out in the swamp far from home and take her home. In which case, we'll have bought time.
Okay.
What if we throw it on him and he sees himself as his daughter and he begins choking himself?
We have enough left after the crocodile.
All right.
Many possibilities.
I start looking for any animal or signs of animal.
Well, the first animal you see is Balearica sitting in the boat with
Perfect.
Lucas. Assuming you dismiss your party's pets, and unless you want to be particularly racist against kobolds or goblins, then animals are not very uncommon in the swamp. If you look around, it's not hard to find something small, a frog. Obviously, there are no fish biting today. Birds, of course, are not uncommon in the swamp. But if you're looking specifically for a crocodile, that might take a little bit of, luck. Because they're never around when you want one.
So how about part of you go looking for an animal and then part of us secure, boat disguise material?
I can't think of a problem with this plan. Only that the people looking for a crocodile should expand their list to include zombie or what other thing we come across that might be appropriate.
Creature larger than rabbit.
Big.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So tell me who's on which team. Both disguise crew, you're going to be rolling, I guess, survival, and animal hunting crew will also be rolling survival. So divide yourselves up how you will.
I'll go for looking for animal.
I'm useless at survival, so who wants the shitty person?
Ixa has 4 in it, however that works out.
Oh, I'm on a boat with.
Is it
no
just going
one,
to be whoever has the highest skill in each team rolls?
I assume, unless that person specifically is being a grump and not helping.
Okay, so if Ixa has 4, then does anybody have better than that?
Ixa's the best.
All right, so I think that there's a rational way for us to approach this. So Phil Sticker obviously has to work on boat disguises. It was his plan. He's leading team boat disguise, right? Which means we're also leaving behind Sir Auric because they are handcuffed together, proverbially speaking.
Yes.
From there, we didn't check the weather today. I'm not sure if, well, maybe we did. If clear skies is from today,
It
then
is.
Ix is not going to be particularly good at animal hunting. So Ixa should probably stay behind on boat disguises.
Well, now finding the animal will be harder, so I think everyone except Philsticker and Sir Auric should go look for the animal.
I'm sure you do, but I would also suggest that we leave Kildrak on construction because it seems a dwarfy thing to do. That would leave Silas, Corandir, and Lucas to be on scouting, and we could take the undead canoe to go do that. Balearica could scout in the air, so I'm providing useful information that way. We have a hunter with us, and Silas is there for when we're inevitably attacked by the crocodile.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, no objection here.
Seems fine.
Okay. So yeah, shuffle yourselves around in the boats, I guess.
I'm not totally sure which boat I'll be in.
Oh wait, we're supposed to be in the undead canoe. Let's just move that over here. There we go.
It's like that shell game I saw that one time in that one town.
Balearica, you man the third canoe.
All right, let us go to our deaths separately.
Yes. Okay. So, separate this a little bit. Okay. So, construction team. Zorok doesn't let you take a boat that also has food and water. Filster.
Philsticker steals barrel.
So, team, boat camouflage. I'm gonna need a survival roll for you. If Kildrak, Philsticker, do either of you have proficiency in survival?
No.
No.
I don't believe Sir Orc does either. No. So yeah. So.
Ixa, what about you?
She does, but
Yeah,
I'm assuming
Ix
she's
is
at
the one that's gonna be
disadvantage.
rolling. Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, you can collect branches in the shade.
Yeah, because you'll be like in
Okay.
the shade for collect. You can pull the boats into the shade for working, and they're bringing you branches. So yeah, you don't have disadvantage on this job.
That's fortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Oh wow,
fortunate.
critical success. Yeah. So Ixa, you manage um you create kind of covering like a covered kind of like a covered wagon sort of thing out of branches and leaves and like really thickly cover cover up the boats, leaving room for people to still sit inside. And these will give you advantage on stealth checks to go unseen in the swamp. Um, because it's a crit for a few days.
Great.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Quarandir, Shellbreaker.
Yes, I use my keen tracking skills to discern signs of animals.
All right. I assume that's going to be a survival roll.
Right.
Okay. So, what kind of animal do you want to find? Small croc?
I think Big Croc might be the way to go because I think we're gonna airbomb Big Croc with the perfume using the Balearica bombardment.
All right.
All right. So you find a large croc. Quarandir, there's a large croc on the shore of a nearby bit of land basking in the sun.
There be croc sign.
All right, Lucas will put the some of the perfume into a thin vial, scratch off one of his vials, and I'll give it to Balearica to go and see if she can hit the croc with it.
Okay. I don't think that Balearic can. I think missing a sleeping croc should be next to impossible. So okay. I'm gonna give it 8. I'm gonna say AC 10, and you have advantage. And make like a dex-based attack, I guess.
All right, let me look up a bird's stats.
Sure.
You know what? I'll just roll d20s and we'll see if we need to establish
Yeah.
a bird's stat.
It might not. I'm sure she's got a positive. Yeah, okay, you do it. Alright, yeah, you do it. So Beliarca flies over, drops the vial, it breaks open on the scales with the sleeping croc. Spilling out the sweet smelling perfume inside. The croc seems to like react because it's just been like hit with something. But it doesn't. Corandir doesn't look like it's like reacting like it got splashed with acid or anything like that.
Things that just got let loose on.
Then let's see how the others did.
Okay. So you're gonna leave the croc there?
Yep.
For now, I guess maybe we need to entice it to go where we need, or are we gonna just leave it for?
We should lead
For
Godfrey
Godfrey.
to it because it'll wash the shit off itself if it swims.
Okay. So you return to the others, and Ix is putting like the finishing touches on these now very well camouflaged canoes. And then she does the same for your zombie canoe.
Let's carry on.
Okay. So what's the plan?
I'm going to make for where we believe the evil monolith is, suspecting that's where we're going to go.
Okay.
stealthily in our stealth boats, and hope that the crocodile draws Lord Godfrey's attention on its own. You know, he's making perception checks up there, looking for people, and that his ghost daughter or whoever swimming around in the swamp will draw his notice. If that fails and he comes after us, we are going to run away again, because that worked last time, but this time sort of on a tangent to that croc, so we can bring him to it and then see if he refocuses on that croc. And if we do, he does use that as an opportunity. Otherwise, we're going to keep running because we still can't fight him.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do about that then. So I'm gonna have you guys roll stealth. I'm gonna have like you can nominate a leader, I guess, to roll stealth. And you're gonna have advantage because of the camouflage canoes. And the Aleph is gonna roll its perception, which is not insubstantial, and but because of your croc plan, giving it something more interesting it might look at if it notices it, I'm going to give it disadvantage. So, odds are in your favor.
Okay, so is any of us good at this?
I'd be stealthy.
All right.
Yeah, I was gonna look, but I severely doubt it's gonna be better. Yeah, no, I have the 3 in it, not trained.
We have our leader.
All right.
So roll your stealth with advantage. Okay. Well, he probably won't beat that, but he might. He does not. So, you're slowly making your way through the swamp, barely paddling at all, mostly just trying to let the current carry you through this dangerous area. So you're nothing important. You're just some logs floating down the stream, and one of you manages to see through the through like a little bit of gaps in the camouflage. You catch sight of the Aleph as it passes over and keeps going, and then dives down to probably do something unspeakable to a crocodile, but you will never know. As you continue
Let's
on,
turn around and check on the crocodile.
as you bypass Lord Gottfried. So, before you arrive wherever it is that you might arrive, how are you staying in this boat configuration, or are you going to return to more normal functioning?
We should probably return to standard operation.
However, retain her very quality Conestoga disguises.
Yes, I'm assuming you're not going to tear them down yet.
Though I probably shouldn't be in the absolute back. Oh well. I guess I can just go into Kildrak's boat.
So Kildred wants to be in the undead canoe.
Yeah, I was probably gonna move over there again.
All right. Well,
But I mean, like, you could still be in the same canoe. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna be up front.
I'm just worried. We probably should have a person in every canoe.
Yeah, I was in a canoe by myself, so I'll do that again.
I'll just use this one.
I'm afraid not, Philster.
No,
Or it grabs
that's
you
my
and
boat.
pulls you back.
All right. This seems like a good place for me to get killed as Lucas. Actually, that's too far forward. So I will come back to my position.
All right. Gonna keep Ixa in the back with you, or put her up towards the front?
Well, I mean, it might make sense to move Ixa a little farther up, but then I'm even more on my own back here,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not a good thing.
No. Not if some mean locks could try to grab you again.
Yeah, it already died that way once, so
So, no, we do need someone in one of the back boats. I think Ixa and Corandir used to be on reversed boats from this, and that was pretty good. Because Corandir's got that longbow. If we put him in the very back, he can fight with his most effective weapon. And if we get jumped in the back, he's actually good at like things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, Sir Oric and I should switch ends of the boat we're on so that he can melee
Okay.
people.
All right. All right. So
Someone should be on that boat.
Yes, ideally
That'll be
Ixa
Ixa.
should maybe be on canoe.
Will Erica operate this one?
So, Ixa. Oh, okay, yeah, you moved her.
okay. So you all are happy with this configuration?
It looks good to me.
Fine with me.
We have too many boats. Maybe you
Yeah.
can't have too many boats, but
Well,
If you have
we
more
left
many
with enough
times.
people,
boats
that
to
would
go.
be too many.
We left with enough boats to go around, and then we found a boat.
Well, and also if we say that there's too many boats too many times, there's going to be DM stuff that's going to make one of them go away.
I mean, keep in mind, Bort is ostensibly in one of these boats.
oh,
He's
fair.
asleep under the food.
So we've got 2 empty seats because we found a 2-seat canoe.
We should trade one in for a bigger boat, though.
We should definitely think about saving up for a bigger boat, but they're a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they work because the swamp seems to be like a few feet deep.
Magic.
Oh, okay.
I mean, maybe.
Well, this is D&D, but then it's an enchanted boat, and we can't buy enchanted stuff.
So, having escaped notice of Lord Gottfried, the party makes their way deeper into this area. In the distance, you spot an island. On this island, you see a few things of note. Leaned up against a tree, you see a raft. Farther inland, you see a black monolith, 10 feet tall. As you get a little closer, you also see that there is disturbed earth in front of the monolith. And then you see two figures come running out of the bit of disturbed earth. It looks like they just ran up some stairs or something. They look like they're running for their lives. And you recognize them as Jasmine, and some of you may recognize the man that she's with as Sloane. They run out, and then they see you, and you see them, and Jasmine just grabs her hair, and she's like, crouches in the ground and just doesn't know what to do at this point. And Sloane is just
I understand.
and Sloane is just swearing. How do you react?
I'm afraid you two will have to come with us.
Sloane has turns around, and he's got weapons ready, but he's facing the hole that they just ran out of.
I think something worse happened.
and Jasmine is having some sort of mental breakdown.
Maybe they found the Aelip too. I think Kildrak is gonna get the bow out of the bottom of the boat, just in case.
All right. So
We should probably pull up and like make good on our offer of them coming with us. Although it sounded like a threat, it's probably exactly what they want to do right now.
So, so are you getting any closer, or are you keeping your distance?
Better get closer. We need to save our friends.
Okay. Let's see. You're currently about your lead boats are about 100 feet away. You're just gonna sail in closer.
No, apparently I'm the
Well,
leader
yeah.
right now, so yes.
I guess we can.
10.
We don't know what sunk their boat, do we?
No, you don't. So as you get a little bit closer, Jasmine runs up to the edge of this raft and she shouts at you, "No, no, don't come any closer. More of them will come. You have to go. Get out of here." And then she pushes the raft over.
All right, then wade out and come with us.
She pushes the raft over so that it becomes a raft in the water, as opposed to a wall, which is what it was before.
It shrinks significantly. You could build a fortress out of rafts.
Yes. Okay, that's about the same size as what the raft apparently was. She pushes it over.
How does she have the strength?
Because it was just kind of leaned up. It's not that, it wouldn't be that hard.
How did you lean it up in the first place?
Well, there were more people here. Well, you don't know that.
I'm just making fun of the raft being bigger than like 4 canoes.
Well, a raft can comfortably suit 4 people, so.
Is that
Oh.
to the south frozen?
Yes.
No. I don't know why someone drew an ice symbol on there.
Okay.
I don't know why. Anyway, so Jasmine throws the raft over. Does anyone want to react to this? Shall I continue?
I'm starting to look around to see if there's any signs of things.
Roll perception. Not that you've noticed. Jasmine gets onto the boat, which is in the wrong layer. There we go.
She's hiding.
I mean, are we correct in assuming that our canoes can easily outpace a raft of that size?
They're probably about the same speed. You wouldn't have any trouble like catching her.
Then, I mean, if she wants to take her own boat, we can get like a few hundred hexes away from the Doom Island before we like stop her and arrest her. That seems prudent.
Sloane runs up and gets on the raft as well.
Goldrak is gonna shout and ask, "What's coming? What is it? Or what are they, rather?"
She looks confused. She doesn't know whether to what to say, and she's like, "If you come any closer, the stilt walkers are going to come again."
Do any of us know what stiltwalkers are?
Probably not.
Sound.
You
Oh.
haven't encountered them before.
I mean, like, I know that Kildrak isn't gonna know, but
Yeah.
one of the semi-natives might.
Are stilt walkers people on stilts?
I don't know what they are,
Would be a good way not to get wet.
but they're not human. She and Sloane shove off so that the raft is now floating freely. Once they get a few feet away from the island, she says, "We found it. I can't believe we found it. But they killed all of our men."
Found what?
The dead god, the water dead god. We found the body. It's here. It's there. This is its grave. Don't you understand?
Shit, I was assuming that Philsticker was just making stuff up.
Yes, well, we can all discuss it. Maybe not here.
Discuss it with you. No, sirree. I'm going south. I gotta get to back to the people. I need to.
I'm
I need more
afraid that
warriors.
you're
Wait,
coming.
wait. You know who the people are?
Yes, of course I do.
Go get on their raft. Go get on their raft. And then Philster will go with you.
Well, in that case, yeah, you're taking me with you to the people. I don't care what you think.
Well, I have no quarrel with you, dwarf. But
Return the book.
the book. Which book? I bought two. I bought two from your Philsticker. Do you want them
Excuse
both?
me.
I don't need them anymore. They're yours if you want them.
Yes, Phil Stickers told us that you stole them. We've been chasing you halfway across the swamp.
Stole. I
Even-
stole nothing.
Yeah, even in her mortal terror at whatever she saw, she can still throw Phil Sticker under the bus.
Sir Ulrich, can we not merely sentence her to exile?
My task. He looks at her and says, "Look at those scars. She's clearly already a fugitive. She's clearly already fugitive. She's clearly already a felon. I think I know who she is. She's a witch who's already been sentenced to one of the worst punishments that the Empire has, and somehow she's escaped it."
I was thinking that exile to Fever Swamp was the worst punishment, but okay.
And she somehow survived it.
I don't believe that exile to the Fever Swamp is on the books, but perhaps it should be. This is a dreadful place.
Definitely should,
Maybe
yes.
not in this case. I do think she might have created that army of undead by accident, but I don't know.
Army of undead.
Oh, the corpse pile's been out here for a long time.
The corpse pile. That is. I have nothing to do with that.
Well then, what do the rest of you think? I suppose we do have a duty to Sir Ulrich. We did promise him.
Sure, that's all fine and good, but I need to find the people.
Right, we have to save Kildrak.
Well, there is room on the boat with Sir Auric and Philsticker, I suppose.
I am going nowhere with you, Paladin. Then it seems I have little choice but to take you by force. You are welcome to try.
Okay, let's just let him fight it out.
Sir Ulrich,
No good. I
What
love
do
the
you plan to
GM
do with her?
themselves thing.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Creator?
asking Sir Ulrich what he plans to do with her.
I plan to drag her back to the temple of Primus and let them sort out her crimes, deliver her punishment. Unless
As
she
much as-
resists, in which case we can dispense justice out here.
As much as I'm for following the laws set up, I need information that she has.
Well, this could potentially be arranged. We could take her alive by force, and then I could give you one of these mind-reading potions I prepared Sir Auric the other day. You can simply extract the information and then send her on to face justice.
That could be useful. That could work. I think that would satisfy everyone. I mean, except for her.
Yeah, we're not an easy spell range.
And also, I mean, it's not
you
like
know,
Kodak-
while you're talking about what to do with her, you take notice that she is moving about on her boat.
It's
I
fine.
think
I will
she's-
just move my boat back a little bit.
She definitely seems to be up to something.
As you yes. Okay, stop moving.
I did.
Yes. So she is not going to come peacefully, and you guys are not making this easy for her. So I believe we need to enter like some sort of turn order.
Remember not to kill her outright.
So initiative from everyone.
That's what I said.
Oops. That's selected, so
I don't know. I guess you want me to move the boat back to where it was before I moved it, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
where is she? I had no idea how to add this to the table manually. Forgot to select this first.
And you don't get a turn.
There, I added you to the table. Now just add in your number.
Okay.
Let's see, he's got a +0 initiative. Eight for Sloan. All right. Has everyone rolled initiative?
Yep.
Aye.
All right. Silas.
Yep.
Jasmine is like moving about on her boat and like maybe trying to line people up or something.
Mhm.
You were pretty sure that things are about to turn violent, but you have initiative.
Yeah. So Silas is gonna take out his musket and kind of bring it up, ready to fire if people start casting spells on either side. he's not especially invested in this argument either way, because he's kind of ancillary to the whole book stealing scenario and Kildrak's disease and all of this.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna wait and see how the conversation plays out, assuming it's not, immediately gonna end here.
Hmm.
Still though. So ready action and free interaction with the musket.
Okay. Ixa. Ixa, you have a strong sense that things are about to get ugly. What does Ixa do?
Yeah, kind of the same boat as Silas. She's not really that invested in either outcome here, but I guess she'll get a javelin ready, and yeah, she'll I guess be ready to throw it at Jasmine if necessary.
Okay. Quarandir,
Yeah.
what you doing?
I'm assessing the moment.
Oh, I forgot to roll initiative for Sir Orc, because I was rolling for all the other NPCs. I forgot about him.
So
Uh,
I guess what's it called? A ready action.
mm-hmm.
And if it seems that we're being attacked, I will let loose an arrow right at Jasmine.
Sir Orc actually rolled a 14, so yeah, back on his turn. He also readies his crossbow and points it at Jasmine and says, lay down and surrender. You're under arrest. Paladin-y paladin things. Sloane moves over next to Jasmine, turns to face the party. He draws a pistol, and he takes aim. If any of you, Silas, if you fire, he will fire at you.
Oh, good, cascading weight actions.
Yes.
It's gonna be fun.
Mexican standoff.
Nice.
Kildrak.
I'm gonna ready a short bow at Sloane.
Okay.
Wait, is that how that works? Sorry, I haven't done a ready action before.
You need to declare both what you are going to do and what the triggering
Okay.
action
So
is.
yeah, it's definitely gonna be cascading because I'm gonna aim at Sloane,
Mm-hmm.
and if he fires,
Excellent. I love it.
yeah,
I love it. We're just gonna this entire turn. As soon as we get to one of you, when the first person acts, it's just gonna be this entire turn played backwards. Okay, Lucas.
Lucas realizes that Jasmine's only winning play right now is to kill Lucas and then say that with no potion, the only way to find the people is to side with her. So Lucas is going to row backwards outside of long spell range. And he'll come back in a minute, but he knows how this is going to go down if he doesn't back off a little bit.
Okay, so you may back up your boat 20 feet. Or under there. I'll assume that your bird just moves to stay with you.
And otherwise, just tense standoff as well. Am I even in range? I can't ready an action because I rode.
Yeah. Should have been the undead canoe. Alright, so now we're on Jasmine's turn. And curse you for being out of range. And
Kill Orc, Jasmine, kill Orc.
she steps.
He can't arrest you if he's dead.
She takes a non-existent 5-foot step, and she shouts, "I will not go back to that cage!" And as she does this, behind her, glowing in like a ghostly, greenish blue light, appears the holy symbol of the water dead god. Um, a naked man strapped to an anchor with like a long flowing hair and beard, which is kind of like flowing in like non-existent water. And as this figure appears behind her, her eyes glow with the same light, and sparks of electricity um, radiate around her body, and then she points at Filsticker and Sororic, and echoes through the swamp as as she casts lightning bolt, which will hit Silas, Auric, and Filsticker.
Good
Oh,
idea.
no. Good special effects, though. I liked that. I don't like that I'm gonna die, but
Yes.
oh no, that's a lot of damage, even if you take half of it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, and the DC is actually 17 because of the effect she used with the water drowned god. She can only do that once.
But thankfully, Silas has danger sense, so advantage on dex saves against spell effects and traps you can see.
Well, that's good. That's good. You're gonna need that.
Oh yes.
So how many people is this hitting?
Silas, Sir Auric, and Filsticker.
Okay, good. I mean, bad, but
Not you.
good for me.
I need to make a dexterity save.
Let's see, can I use inspiration?
Yes.
Useless.
Okay. So, the lightning bolt tears through the three of you. Sir Auric is instantly slain. As he drops, dead, completely dead, smoke coming from his eyes and nose, and as there's just like this big hole burnt on the front of his armor, as the bolt has just gone straight through his heart before leaping out and striking at Filsticker.
No, he was a good companion.
Yes.
He was just doing his job.
Horrible companion.
Filsticker, you are also reduced to 0 hit points. But fortunately, it is not twice your maximum, so you are not dead. You're merely dying.
Yeah, to hit Splicter.
Right.
Oh shit! I guess it will. It should hit. It will hit Svilkter as well. I guess we should roll his dexterity save. Let's see. Does being a pact familiar give him anything beyond his normal?
I don't think so.
Okay, and then he's got a dex save of +3.
Got a 7.
All right. Then Svilkter explodes.
Shit. I was really hoping that he would survive, and then he'd hop out of my pocket and like, oh shit, I gotta save Filster.
Unfortunately, you just hear one last croak as he realizes that what's about to happen, and then you feel the burning pain of a lost connection, as if you had lost another limb, or you would have if you weren't also blasted unconscious
Indeed.
same time.
It's okay, he can just crawl back up from wherever the hell he goes.
Mm-hmm.
Like hell.
Not hell. Hell is where devils go. He would return to the abyss because he's a demon, except he's not a demon because you
Oh,
have
right.
explicitly said that he's not a demon, even though you're using Quasit stats.
Yes. He went back to the abyssal Feywild.
Or Grandfather Rot's nose.
Yes. The
It's the
very
same-
He
bottom.
died and came back to the swamp, did he? Wonderful.
I can never
He
leave.
needs to hurry back over here as fast as he can run and save.
He's a few days away, if that's the case. But well, Silas, Jasmine certainly did something hostile, so
Mm-hmm.
that triggers your thing.
Yep. Now
Although
we did-
I'm happy to say, if you want, that the lightning bolt actually set off the powder, but you were still pointing the gun.
Oh. That would make sense. But let's see, yeah, that triggers my action, which is going to trigger Sloane's, which is going to trigger Gildrax. So this is going to be fun, but make my attack. Not sure if a 14 is going to do it, unless she's not wearing armor of any kind.
Well, she is a wizard. And her armor class is an 11. Yeah.
We
Oh,
all know
cool.
that wizards are allergic to armor.
She did not cast mage armor yet today. I think that only gives them a 13 anyway. So
13 plus dex.
so it would have been a 14, which you still would have made. So yeah. mhm.
That's 6 damage then.
Okay. Minus 6. All right. So yeah, you graze her, but she's still standing there menacingly. So that triggers Sloane's weight. So Sloane shoots his pistol at Silas.
Mm-hmm.
A 14 does not hit you.
Nope.
Kildrak, Sloane shot his gun, so you may shoot your short bow.
That was
And Ixa, you may also throw your javelin.
She might be at long range.
She's at disadvantage anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're right, so it doesn't matter.
Well, 23 either way.
Anyway. Huh.
Yeah.
One short of a crit.
Were you shooting at? Were you throwing at Jasmine or Sloane?
Jasmine.
Okay.
So, token 3 points of damage.
Mm-hmm. And
Kildrak?
Kildrak, you were shooting at Sloane. Sloane has
Yeah.
is also has pretty low AC, so you hit him.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I believe that's all the weighted actions.
I still hadn't gone.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. What do you got, Coriander? I close the thing. I do that. 12 will hit. Who were you shooting at?
Jasmine.
Okay. Everyone wants to kill the everyone wants to gank the wizard first.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Shadow
But we need that one.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, roll your damage. Okay. So, I believe now that's everyone. So we're back to the top of the initiative of New Order. Silas.
Yep. So he drops the musket back into the canoe and rows it forward.
Okay. You may move 20 feet forward then.
Yeah, because I feel that's going to be more effective than trying to be a melee fighter or trying to be a ranged fighter when I'm not.
Mhm.
All right, into
Especially
this.
since the targets both seem to be squishy.
Yeah, I was gonna do the rage in the last turn to not take as much damage from getting shot. I wouldn't have been able to make another attack, so it would have just gone away. All right, though.
No. Yeah. So Sir Auric, he opens his eyes and he sees the mechanical nirvana of Mechanus unfolding before him. He realizes he is dead. Ixa?
Wait.
Yes?
Oh, sorry, never mind. I missed the first part of that. Like, you cut out, and then I realized you're talking about Auric afterwards. Like, oh god, wait, what did I do?
No.
Tapped on a trap.
Moving the canoe. How far did it move?
20 feet.
All right, I think she's gonna do that then. Each square is what?
5.
All right. I think that's about right.
Okay.
If I can step it back in here. Okay. Guess
Okay.
she just moves forward.
All right. Filsticker, save versus death.
Alright.
All right, that's one success.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
Quarandir, Shellbreaker.
Boost again.
All right. Are you at the range where this is disadvantage for you?
Nope.
Okay. Shit. All right. 11 hits. Jasmine is having a very bad day. Sloan moves over to here, and he readies an axe, and he's going to hit Silas with it if Silas gets close enough. Gildrak.
I guess I'm going to yell at the canoe to make it go forward.
Okay. You may move the canoe 20 feet.
So fun will be there. Okay, level with Silas. I was really hoping I'd be close enough to do something more. Okay.
Shoot one of your friends before they kill the lady that knows where the people are.
Yeah.
And you can just save Philsticker, and the two of you can run off with the crazy witch lady, and you can get saved.
That, you know, like, if Kildrak wasn't lawful good, I would actually be kind of inclined to that, but,
Oh, I didn't realize Kildrak was a dweeb.
yeah, he is. Sorry. Seemed right for a dwarf, but in hindsight, I probably should have made him more like True Good or something. I don't know. Anyways, I think I'm just gonna pop out those pipes of haunting and fire those off.
Okay.
Which is 30 feet. They have to make a DC 15 Wisdom save.
Okay.
And they're definitely within that.
Mm-hmm. And are you going to ignore all of your allies?
Yes. Well,
That'd be a good idea.
yeah, no, because like I said, Kildrak is definitely lawful good. He's the traditional dwarf, and no, he
No, he's
wouldn't.
not. He's an entertainer. His soul is shamed by his.
He wouldn't betray his companions.
So Jasmine makes her save.
Damn.
Sloan probably won't, but, you know, it's always possible. He does not.
Cool. So he's frightened.
Yes. Sloan is feared of Kildrak.
Fear me, mortal.
Yes.
I say, actively dying.
It's fine. He doesn't know that. He can't see what.
He doesn't know my character sheet.
Yeah. And your wisdom's down to 10, so you're only as wise as the average person.
Monstrous. Can't live like this.
I know.
But yeah, that was it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I could have saved Philsticker, but I got a couple turns.
All right. So, Jasmine takes a step away from the.
Can I go before Jasmine?
Oh, yes, you do. Sorry.
Since she'll probably end up wanting to do something about this, because Lucas is not gonna leave Philsticker to die despite everything. Gonna start heading back over
Mm-hmm.
so that he can apply potion.
I see. All right.
We can quite move a whole number of hexes somehow. Not sure what's up with that. Probably the boat was treated as the anchor object.
Yeah.
You get the idea.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Now, there is a chance he survives Lightning Bolt number 2. He does have a plan for that. It's only a chance, but there is a plan in place.
Yes. So Jasmine comes down to maximize the effectiveness of this line of death, and points out a finger, and
And it goes off early, shredding her boat. Her raft irreparably.
Mm-hmm. And Kildrak, Ixa, and Lucas will need to make dexterity saving throws.
And
DC.
Beliarica.
No, I probably needed to make the save as well, but I'm not dead at least.
I get 16.
Oh shit. Wrong button.
Sorry, 15.
Oh, build it anyway.
I clicked the wrong button. Oh,
Well, she didn't do as well on the damage roll this time.
No.
okay.
So Lucas, you were casting as a reaction absorb elements.
Lucas will perform the sign of banishing electricity and catch much of the lightning bolt. He's not able to dodge the rest of it, so he still looks pretty badly hurt, but he's up.
Mm-hmm. That's very lucky. Ixa, you failed. Yes, you did.
Yeah.
So that's 24 lightning damage. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost
So you,
enough to get rid of her.
yeah, you almost you all kind of got fucked up a bit, but
Yeah.
but nobody dropped this time. Yeah. So Silas, another bolt of lightning death has just gone past you. Fortunately, you weren't hit this time.
Yeah. Hmm. Do I know how deep the water is right here?
Oops.
Oh no, not again.
No,
It's not even her turn.
This is what you get for asking questions.
sorry, it was the thing was on repeat. I didn't cancel it.
My god, it's like that time in the Torchbearer game I ran where he looked at the runes and lightning came down to destroy them. It's like, this is what you get for trying to integrate yourself in the setting and explore the fiction.
Yeah. I hated that. Still hate that. Fucking Torchbearer. When are we playing Torchbearer again?
Soon, I hope.
Okay. But yeah, you think you can stand in this water. It's not too deep. It won't
Alright,
come over
then.
your head, at least.
Yeah, So I can't justify spending a whole nother turn rowing the boat right up to it, so Silas is gonna hop off into the water with
Mhm.
his pike and, dropping the musket.
Right. Remind me to have you make a Constitution save after this.
What does the electricity actually involve? Any sort of, damage that would open his skin up
I-
to,
I mean, maybe. You know,
Alright, that's fair enough.
could.
Yeah, blisters,
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, so, yeah, taking his pike is gonna stab up in a reckless attack, gaining advantage, but of course opening himself up to be attacked as well.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was at Jasmine.
Okay. Right, so that it was reckless, so that's an 18, so that hits.
Mhm.
Alright. She is rapidly running out of hit points.
Good, and then also going to rage at the end of turn.
Okay. Ixa?
Hmm. I may just throw another javelin. Like, odds of hitting her, even if I get a melee, aren't really any better. She's going to be a disadvantage either way. So, yeah, I just throw a javelin. Pretty sure. Well, that hits, right?
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay. 8 damage.
Yeah. So you stick her in like the thigh with that javelin, and she's limping, and she's nearly down. Another hit like that would definitely do it. Phil Sticker, save versus death.
Alright.
Hey, that's 2 successes.
The swamp doesn't want me to die.
He continues to avoid the consequences for the situation that he ultimately caused.
Yeah! Look, we can't predict the outcomes of our actions, so they're not our fault. It's okay.
Mm. I
The
think
paladin
everyone
would
else.
disagree, but he's dead, so.
Yeah, so it's okay. And when
Phil Sticker,
Silas and
Phil Sticker,
Lucas are
Phil
both dead too, no one
The
will be able
gods
to
made me this way. I can't help it.
Yeah, that stuff too.
Corinder?
Also, Nathanberg is the devil.
Shoot the witch.
Okay. Roll some damage. Okay. So, you shoot the witch, and your arrow strikes her in the chest, and she spins backwards and collapses onto the raft, bleeding out rapidly.
Kildrak starts cursing.
So, under normal
In
rules,
Dwarven, right?
at this point,
Yeah.
Karandir could decide that that was a non-lethal arrow shot. If you don't want to use that for this campaign, I won't fight.
No. Here's what I do about that rule. I apply it 100% of the time if you're using melee weapons. If you're using an arrow, I feel it's a lot harder to, shoot someone non-lethally.
Shoot him with a subdual arrow.
But if you want to say that if you were shooting someone that you want to shoot them, but you don't really want them to die, then I will make death saving throws for them.
All right, Karandir. It's gonna be.
You will them to live.
Yes. So, Corandir, it's your call. If you want her to be dead from that arrow right now, she can be, because you can make that call. Or I can start making death saving throws for her. And giving Kildrak like a chance to get over there and stabilize her or something.
Give him a chance.
Alright. So you shot her with a bleeding bolt, but not like you didn't hit the heart or the brain. So she might live. So that was Quarandir. So there's Sloane. I need to roll morale for Sloane.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was probably gonna try a persuasion check to get him to surrender on my turn, if that changes anything.
Let's see. So morale is roll over, so that's actually a pretty. So I think he's more angry than he is terrified. So Sloane leaps at Silas,
Oh no.
brandishing an axe.
Well, never mind that.
I'm a barbarian. That's what I'm here for.
You recklessly attacked, right? So he has advantage.
Yep, I did that.
I assume a
oof.
22 hits you.
Oh no.
It's not quite.
My bravado fades in an instant.
Wait.
Oh,
He can't
You're
move
right.
closer.
you're right. I
Oh.
forgot. He should have had to have made a.
Well, yeah.
No, because that happens at the end of his turn. You're right. I forgot he was frightened. So in that case, since he's frightened, I'll just say he failed that morale check. Because
Silas
he's already
is a
supernaturally
flash of a
frightened.
bad future.
I was
Thank you
actually
for
going to make some
remembering that.
Yes.
joke about him being frightened with morale, but I almost forgot to.
Yes.
No, that was very helpful.
Okay, so he sees the arrow drop Jasmine, assumes she's dead, sees Silas bearing down on him with a pike, and sees
Mhm.
like all of the rest of you coming, and he knows he's not gonna outrun that bow, so he just drops his axe and his empty pistol, puts his hands up, goes to his knees.
Kildrak is going to very quickly get the boat the rest of the way there and stabilize Jasmine while also tying her up.
All right. We'll go ahead and do this in turns.
Sure.
Because like unless you're using like magical healing for her, you might not succeed.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Okay.
I
So
man,
her turn's gonna be first, so I'll roll her first death save.
sure,
That's one failure.
cool.
So then, is anyone else going to be involved in whether Jasmine lives or dies?
Possibly. I just need to look something quickly up.
Okay.
I don't think Ixa can help at all.
Yeah. Other than defaulting on rolling medicine.
I'm assuming that if somebody else is attempting that, then there's no she can't roll it as well, right?
No, not really. Although I guess if you were both trained, I would probably let them take like advantage.
Yeah.
But
Pretty sure she's not. Oh, she is actually.
no. Then
Oh,
at the very
okay.
least, well, she's probably one of your best medicine people. Then
Yeah,
If
she's
she's
got
trained
4
in
in it,
medicine,
so
yeah, she's trained in it. Probably has decent wisdom.
yeah. All right, so roll that now.
You'd have to get close first.
Oh, right, you're doing this in rounds.
Right.
All right. Go on ahead. I was going to suggest that Balearica could fly you a potion, but I think that the three of you will be able to stabilize her no problem. I don't know. Do you guys want me to have Balearica fly him over a potion? Because he could just delay until after my turn. We are both on 7, and then he would have the potion to approach with.
I mean, Kildrak has a 1 in medicine and is losing wisdom. So
All right.
definitely not-
Then if you want a delay to do that, I'll send Balearica over with the small potion for you, and I will
Sure.
feed the big one to Filsticker, and then I will be wounded for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I mean, because the worst part is I could use Healing Word, but I've only got 2 spell slots remaining, and we got to make it all the way back somewhere.
Whereas these will slowly regenerate over time,
Yeah.
because I'm halfway to being a warlock. So just
Lucas has got these
try to,
weird
like,
orifices.
try to tie her up or something before you do
Yes.
that. But
No, I was definitely going to tie her up. I think I've even got some rope in the boat, at least.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. I've got some hemp rope.
Okay. So yeah. So you use your next turn to get closer, and you tie her up. She needs to roll a death save because if she gets a 1 here, she will die.
Mm-hmm.
She does not get a 1, so you may feed her the potion.
Okay. And I assume that I'll also put something in her mouth, but I still also want her to be able to talk, so it'll probably be removable. She's a wizard, so
Right. Okay. Yeah. You tie her up and also shove Quarandir's dirty socks in her mouth.
there we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I guess what are we doing with Sloan? Does anyone have him under control?
throw down your weapons, Sloan. Your children are worried about you.
Oh,
We
he
need to
already
get
threw
you
down
home.
his weapons. And...
It's good that you've survived, I think. Feed the big potion to Filsticker.
So yeah, roll for the potions for. So Phil Sticker recovers 17. And somebody roll for how much Jasmine gets back.
Little. I don't know what those potions.
Okay.
Oh no, my code exploded.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you've Phil Sticker. You find in your pockets, like the legs of Spilkter, and like his his eyes and upper body have just like boiled and popped and exploded.
Gross.
Also, he doesn't look very much like a toad anymore.
Mm.
Hey, Lucas, roll Arcana.
Okay.
Toss it in the water.
Dex versus Arcana test. Oh, well,
That's an
Lucas
awfully
isn't
funny
really paying
looking
attention to what exploded frogs look like.
Yeah.
He dismisses that as the anatomical result of electrocuting a frog.
Mm-hmm.
It pops its horns out as it finally reaches its adult life stage.
Is that one of those horned toads?
Not anymore.
It's a shame.
So, Silas, I assume since you're the closest, you're going to do something about Sloane?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Climb up on the raft and, let me see. I might have lent out my chain to someone at some point. I don't remember if I ever got it back. Oh no, I do have it, it looks like.
Okay.
So yeah, I chained him up, because that's just what I happen to have.
All right. And Sloane is saying, whatever you do, don't set foot on the island. They'll come. Those walker things will come.
Fine, we have enough trouble as it is.
I'm not in any hurry to deal with that. I mean, I'm literally at 2 HP.
Yeah, I'm at 4.
Jasmine's, now that she's, healed and conscious, but gagged. She's like looking all around. She seems very, very nervous. And she looks back at the island.
Let's maybe get them away from the island. I think we should go.
Ixo agrees.
We have room on our canoes.
We should. But also we could, well, is the raft... You said the raft was about the same speed. I guess we could, take it.
Mm-hmm.
Although it's getting a little silly.
But we have enough boats.
But that's the biggest raft in the entire swamp.
We'll get a real boat later. We'll have to keep the undead canoe as well.
We could just put our canoes on that raft. Have a fortress.
So, Phil Sticker, you can't help but notice that Sir Org is as dead as your frog is.
Yes, he's not going to say anything about it.
Right. However, this is a good point. Lucas, I assume you take a look at Sir Org, and yeah, he's dead.
I figured Lucas must have known that before he decided how to distribute his healing potions, because he wouldn't have spared one for Jasmine otherwise.
Well, we'll get him nice and straight in the canoe so he doesn't fall out of it.
Okay.
We'll take him with us and get a ways away from here. We'll burn his body and figure out what we're going to do with Jasmine after Kildrak has had a look through her brain, after Lucas has had some chance to make him a cup of tea.
Maybe we could use Sir Orc to make another undead canoe. No.
You wouldn't know the. You would have to learn. You would have to invent the ritual to make him like understand and obey, and not just be a zombie that's crucified to a canoe.
We'll just crucify him to the current undead canoe, and he'll learn as he works from the already trained ones.
Oh,
Hmm.
that might make the undead canoe faster.
Yeah.
After an attunement period. Okay. So, um, so you're going to like pack up your stuff here and um, go somewhere else to rest.
Yeah, I need at least a short rest to make this happen.
Okay.
I think we all need a short rest.
Yep.
Victor
Well,
needs a long rest.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
All right. Then since we're leaving this area, I'm going to pull us back to the to this screen. And oops, why did their HPs reset? Oh right, because I don't have character sheets. I guess.
Well, the ones on the tokens are right.
Well, Jasmine's wasn't. I had to fix it.
Oh.
But Sloane's is right now. 32. Okay. So yeah. So how are you transporting Sloane and Jasmine? Like who's sharing boats with which prisoners?
So I think that we should put Jasmine into a boat with probably Ixa, because I think Ixa is going to have one of our better sets of saves and be the least terrifying figure to Jasmine out of all of us at this stage.
Mhm.
What with being a local hero and all. And Sloane should probably be on a boat with Corandir in case he goes murder happy, and I should move.
Okay.
I will come up to canoe 6 over here with Silas.
You could also just like sit on Oryx's corpse.
That would be rude.
Well, I mean, on the one hand, I don't really want to leave Phil Sticker on his own in the canoe. On the other hand, Lucas with 1 hit point in the canoe with Phil Sticker. Well, I mean, I guess he did save Lucas's life. He has, in theory, proven himself in character.
It'd be a waste of money to kill you now.
Fair enough.
Okay. So
Maybe
Yeah.
we'll put Auric into another canoe, though.
okay.
I don't know.
Put him with
Get
The one
rid
that
of his
doesn't
own
have
canoe.
Put him with Kildrak. Kildrak doesn't have a barrel, so we can just
Sure.
lay Auric out on the bottom of the canoe.
It sounds like a blast.
Hopefully, being that close to the other undead won't like accelerate the necromantic processes.
We'll see,
maybe we
I guess.
put the barrel with the undead and put him in canoe 6 then.
Just in case. Okay. That looks fine to me. So you you head away from Death Island, and you find a different island which lacks giant monoliths or entrances to underground dungeons or spooky stiltwutzits and probably all the treasure in the universe.
We'll go back and get it tomorrow.
And you find a different island, and I guess you make camp.
Do we manage to get a short rest?
You will manage to get a short rest.
Wonderful.
Oh, thank God.
I'm gonna spend some hit dice. And,
Yeah,
prepare
and
the thing.
remember, everyone, you get the 1d6.
So you got a bard. Entertain you with stories and shit.
Whatever, yeah.
Uh-oh.
That's
Wow,
minimum one.
That's 14 from one hit die for me.
I pulled 12, which isn't bad.
Let me see. Back up at 27. Well, we're probably not going right back to town. So 27 out of 37 minus 3 maximum. Probably not worth using my last hit die yet.
I'm at half. I've got 2 more hit die. Kind of tempting to just mooch off of Lucas's refill potion supply.
Well, it's gonna be a little bit before the next refillable potion pops out, so be
Okay.
advised.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have some shit in the meantime. I guess I'll. Okay, fine.
Because I'm using my daily recovery to let you attempt to read Jasmine's mind. If she makes the save,
Right.
you're gonna have to wait. Well, I could try one more time today, but then we're waiting.
Well, and I mean, I guess I could also just ask her.
Well, you'd have to ungag her, and then you risk arcane shenanigans. But I guess if we all stand around her with readied actions to whack her if she says something that isn't in common.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, she already wanted to go there, anyways, and the paladin's dead.
But on
I
the
know-
other hand, I'm not positive how well we can contain her. If we take her there, she's not going to be all like, "Okay, I'm getting back on the boat. Bye, guys." She's going
Oh
to be
God,
like,
no! Of course not.
"People
She's gonna
help
try to
me."
use that to escape for sure. But I also
So-
figure like that's probably part of why she would be willing to tell us how to get there.
Well, see what you can get.
You know, basically, like at that point, we could go down to wherever the hell they are, and like leave her on a boat.
No, she is trying to resurrect an evil god and destroy the world. We actually do have to stop her.
Oh no! Right, I'm definitely saying that. But my thought is we could probably get her to tell us where to go, and then when we get there, just not let her get near them, with a guard left behind or something.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like the medieval equivalent of the border patrol isn't going to be happy that we have a woman tied up in our trunk.
Was the water dead god evil?
You don't know that, but you do know that it's worship is illegal in the Nilfenbergian Empire.
Do I know that? Because I hope I'm just not making things up from like months ago, but I remember getting like a super high roll, like a 20 or something, when I asked you about it.
Oh, that's right, you did, and that's why you knew that she was wrong for looking for it here.
Yeah.
It is not a good god.
That's all I get. I don't get like an objective moral judgment.
No, you do. I just because it has an objective moral thing.
Right, but it was like born with the wrong alignment because its father was
It's
a
a
demon or
chaotic
something.
neutral deity.
Okay, thank you.
Which makes it the worst alignment.
But whatever's actually buried there probably isn't.
Right, yeah.
We do have to keep in mind what she is actually going to do, which includes, Lucas should remind Sloane, not using her lightning bolts against the forces that killed everyone who came with her. She's not exactly been a good person, and her expeditions into the swamp got how many people killed? A big number of people killed so far.
Well, hey, let's not start using that metric to judge people because she can turn.
Yeah.
Um, if you say this to Sloan, Sloan will say you didn't see what was down there.
No, and you wouldn't have either if it weren't for Jasmine.
Oh yeah, where is Board anyway?
Bort got abducted by a swamp witch.
Oh shit! Did Board die? Oh god damn it, guys! Board's dead. Happened again.
Well, either way, Lucas is going to recover the books and read about the corpse.
Oh no! Don't read that one. That one won't be good for you. You know how you people are, always going crazy and turning into black ghosts.
So, in Jasmine's, satchel, you'll find 2 books. One is the book of the locations in the swamp that you knew about. The other is this acid-burnt, sort of, candle burnt along the edges, just fucked up book. Some pages are completely unreadable, and just lost. But just taking one look at it, it looks like the ravings of a madman. And then Phil Sticker comes over and says that thing he just said.
Right, well, I was only going to read this one, he says, selecting the book that we were already familiar with, and beginning to dry the other book to use as part of Sir Oric's funeral pyre. Beautiful.
Burning all the books! He's trying to take the book away from you.
Are we going to have a tugging fight between the wizard and the goblin?
Possibly.
I think so. It sounds like it. So I think we should resolve that first before you can go perusing the second journal. So Phil Sticker's trying to take the spooky book away from you, Lucas.
All right.
Oh wait, athletics.
Yeah. It still looks like you failed though.
Yeah, it does.
I was going to use the same D20 roll. Yeah. So Phil Sticker.
You sold this book. I don't see why you care.
Yeah. I'm imagining that Lucas, you're just using your advanced human status here, and you're just like holding the book up and holding Phil Sticker back with one hand.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe his walking stick.
Yeah. And Phil Sticker, the direct "give me the book" approach is not going to work.
You can't keep burning all the books. If you burn all the books, we won't know anything. We'll have nothing to read.
Just this one.
No, it's important.
Why is this one important to you, Phil Sticker?
That's why I know anything.
Then why did you sell it to Jasmine? And tell us it was stolen?
Did I say it was stolen? Whatever.
I thought he's.
Yes, why
No,
did all of this happen?
Let's back up because I know he told you that she gave him something for it, and then he incorporated that thing into the little mechanical goblin. And you never broke the mechanical goblin to get the thing out.
Oh, maybe.
So
Well, I apologize then. I was in the wrong.
He stole the book from you in order to which is why Phil Sticker was being arrested.
Well, the core of the question still stands then. Why did you sell it to Jasmine if it's so important to you?
As long as it isn't destroyed, it's okay. We can still find it. It's not lost.
The book is ensorcelled you. You'll be happier when it's gone.
No. I still know.
Will it make you happier to hold the other one?
You mean the normal book?
Yes, the book that isn't making you crazy. All of this began with you reading this book. Since then, you've done nothing but steal and betray us, other than when we've been in trouble when you've saved us. I can only conclude this book is responsible for your behavior. If it goes on it will go on the pyre, you'll be absolved. It will all be good, Philsticker. You'll see.
Philsticker has conflicting internal desires. He does want to get out of this problem in an easy way, but at the same time, he doesn't want him to burn the book. But he also wants to read that book that he stole but didn't actually ever read. He makes a number of faces, uncomfortable-looking faces.
I think the goblin
Nasty
sticks.
little uncomfortable faces. No, let me read the other book.
Lucas will let him read about the corpse instead. And he'll continue burning this book in Oryx's pyre after handing the potion off to Kildrak. Or actually, I guess he should wait to make the potion until talking has failed. So we'll come back to that.
Okay. So which thing needs to happen next?
I think while we're resting, Kildrak and Jasmine need to talk. Because we need to establish if I am, in fact, making a potion of mind reading to try to forcibly extract the information from her.
Yeah,
or if we get to use that for healing potions.
So I think this is going to be pretty straightforward because of the fact that we don't want Jasmine to get out of control.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to basically, I want to have at least a couple of people standing ready. And then I want to ask just 2 times if she'll tell us where the people are. The first time will be, I can't say gentle, but just asking.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second time, I'm going to do it very aggressively in a specific goal to intimidate the hell out of her.
Okay. So you have some of your fighty types surrounding her with, like, in case she decides to do anything, in case she can and does do anything spelly. You take the gag out of her mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And you say?
All right, Jasmine. I don't have anything specifically against you. I just really need to know where the people are. Can you tell me where they are?
I can tell you where they are.
Will you tell me where they are?
Will you let me go if I do?
That is not up to me.
Then I think you need to go and discuss that with the Imperial agent over there. She gestures at Lucas with her head. I want guaranteed freedom for me and Sloane, and then I will lead you to the people.
I'm just going to assume here that Lucas wouldn't agree to that. Not that I think he should.
I mean, she is trying to raise an ancient evil monster buried beneath the swamp.
No. Again, shouldn't agree to it regardless.
But she raises an interesting point. You should check if Sloane knows where the people are, because we are going to let him go anyway.
That's fair. Okay, yeah. I'm going to go ask Sloane the same things then. Obviously, covering her mouth again.
Okay.
Obvious reasons.
So yeah. So Sloane looks up and says, "Hello, Kildrak."
Hey, Sloane. um, I again don't have anything like specifically against you. Um, but I do need to know how to get to the people.
Which
I was
people?
really hoping the people,
Just any of the people?
presumably. I didn't even realize there were multiple types.
Yeah, Sloan actually has an interest in anthropology, and he goes on a long lecture about the various cultures of the people.
They're not just all one group of people, you bastard.
I mean, actually, no. Like Killjoy would genuinely be interested in that too.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I think definitely Killjoy would sort of get a little distracted by that. Just like, there are multiple different cultures. Do they have
Multiple
different
different
ways?
tribes. They have different ways.
Interesting.
They're the ones. I don't know what they call them. What they call themselves, but we call them Shylings. I think they're halflings actually. But they're like a member. They're like a tribe of the people that are, you know, very small. I think they're halflings, but I don't know.
Halflings are just shitty goblins. Says Phil,
Hush,
scratching himself uncomfortably as he reads the book.
Then there are the, you know, those ones with the crows that hunt people.
Well, those don't sound good at all.
You know, yeah. And there's, you know, there's dozens of different tribes. We were working with the faceless ones.
And what are they like?
They're fucking weird, man.
We've met them, haven't we?
Yes, you met one of them that was being captured and being brought back to Sloan for torturing purposes.
Oh, so
this
that
is
was actually the one we saved.
Yes. They, you know, so what you remember, you know, they're not allowed to show their skin, so they're all wrapped up in like, you know, hide, and they're not allowed to speak. They all have a vow of silence. And yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I guess. Okay.
yeah. Jasmine, when we came out, she said we had to go and talk to the nameless shaman, and we went there, and I mean, apparently Jasmine talked with him. I was outside and I didn't hear anything, but then then a few of their warriors came with us to the water dead god. They didn't make it.
So I guess something that could be important then is how would they probably react to not having those warriors come back?
I can only guess. I think that they will take it very well, but I don't know.
Right. Okay. That could be an issue then. Still, if they're the ones that you've like actually had the most interaction with, then they may be the best to try to speak to, even though they don't speak. Are there any others that you have had interaction with? Well,
Not friendly interaction.
yeah, okay, that was. Yeah, that's a good qualifier. Okay, so would you be able and willing to lead me to them?
Able, yes. Willing. Do I have an incentive? Because he looks at his chains. Things don't look like they can get much worse for me.
That's fair. I don't believe that there was any particular. Hold on, and I'm going to go off and check with Lucas and.
Oh, by all means, but tell him if he can do it, then we should wait until after we've finished dealing with Jasmine before we untie him, obviously. But
Yeah.
afterwards, by all means, he's a terrible man. He's asked us to do terrible things, but he isn't trying to destroy the world. And I feel that there's a line to be crossed there.
Okay. Yeah, because like basically, Kildrak is definitely a lawful. He's definitely traditional dwarf in that regard, but these aren't dwarven lands, so Lucas is essentially now that the paladin is dead, essentially the legal expert in this area right now. Anyways, so yeah, I guess
Get him to swear off kidnapping and torturing any more Aboriginal people too, would you, please?
I'll give it a try. So yeah, I'll go back over to Sloan and essentially convey mostly that as long once we've dealt with Jasmine, once I guess once things are a little bit calmer, then he's not under any particular arrest or won't be prosecuted or whatever the right wording would be in Hell Swamp Land.
Mm-hmm.
Swamp.
Let me roll. Mysterious roll. Okay. When you mention like him swearing off, torturing, torturing any more of the people, he brushes that off and says, of course, no point anymore. Anyway,
No point anymore.
well,
Something changed?
Jasmine got her book, didn't she? Told her right where
Oh,
to go.
so that was what that was about. Huh.
We were
Well,
looking for the grave, weren't we?
that's easy enough then, I suppose.
But
But yeah, I mean, as long as we get an agreement, I guess. At that point, Kildrak is
yeah,
more or less going to hand it off to Lucas if he wants to interrogate the guy, since he seems to actually know a fair bit.
basically he says that he has a wife and kids that he's needs to eventually get back to take care
Hmm.
of. So if you promise to let him go eventually, in exchange for this information,
Listen closely,
you will.
Sloan. I'm going to inform the Imperial authorities that Jasmine had an accomplice who was also co-responsible for her crimes and who was not with us. If you start speaking about what happened on this expedition, what Jasmine believed, and what you found, the authorities will find you. If you don't, they never will. You need only abandon your quest, and we'll have no further issue with you, I hope.
I understand.
Good size.
Would you like me to roll insight for you?
Sure, I will roll in. You want me to roll insight, or
I will roll it. Just tell me what your roll is.
it's +4.
Lucas is pretty sure that he's at least thinking about ways he could continue the cult in Jasmine's absence. If he has the brains to put anything together, who knows? But he's thinking about it.
All right. I wonder how good his insight is. Hmm. Well, Lucas will simply tell him that he'll come back. He'll be keeping an eye on Clink as well, and he'll know. I've already thought of at least 3 of the things you might try, he'll say, and I'm ready for each of them. You can take that gamble if you must, but it probably won't end well, and you've very little to gain. You must understand that Jasmine was wrong. We have religious scholars with us. What you were going to do was not resurrect the drowned god. What you were going to do was resurrect something rather more terrible.
Means that place
I don't think you
was
can
the
resurrect
grave.
the earth.
It was a body. A
Yes,
huge
and if you raised it, it would not have rewarded you.
You don't know that.
Well, do many of the dead raised in this swamp reward you?
I suppose not, but this
Was the figure you found underwater?
was under the swamp.
In a cave?
It was the cave.
I didn't see it in great detail, but I am assured by religious scholars that it is not what Jasmine believed it to be.
Well, I will have to take your word for it.
As I will have to take yours. But, trust but verify and all of that. We'll be watching you, Sloane.
Yes, I understand.
Right, then the next order of business, I guess, is you should execute Jasmine and do the pyre for the 2 of them. Lucas is not happy about this. Is anyone volunteering to do it?
An execution sounds kind of extreme.
Well, why don't we just, can we take her back to Clink and, like, send for someone to take her back to Nothenburg?
I mean, I understand it's
that's me.
inconvenient to carry her around, but I don't think you should jump right to killing her because of that.
Well, she is trying to destroy the world. I'm confident that will be a capital offense. And
Are you saying this where she can hear you?
probably not.
Okay.
And
Does the drowned god destroy the world? Why don't I just do something in the ocean?
I don't see any other alternatives. If we take her back to Clink, she will probably be tried at the very least for murder. Among other things, she did order a man tortured. The list of crimes is quite long. I don't think that it will end better than that. And, well, frankly, I'm not sure what else to do. We would all have to venture inland together, quite a long ways on foot, and abandon the swamp to even take her to justice. And the entire time, there would be a substantial risk to all of us. Is that what you would all like to do? He asked everyone.
He's really going on that it would be inconvenient point.
And she'd still die in the end point.
I mean, if that's the law of the land,
Yeah, look to the lawfulness of your heart.
Can we get a ruling on that? Are Jasmine's crimes capital?
She murdered a paladin of Primus. I mean, that alone. She also escaped her prison sentence.
What, is it just a prison sentence is the worst punishment?
Well, I say
Well,
prison
or-
sentence. I mean, hung up in a tiny cage that's too small to stand up on and slowly pecked to death by crows.
Oh, Needle
So we're not
Work's terrible.
exactly. Even if there's clemency, we're not exactly sending her somewhere nice. And there probably won't be because they'll probably figure she could escape again. She has a spellcaster. It's likely that she just like misty stepped or something.
It honestly seems like pretty likely that this would actually be a bit of a more gentle way in some senses.
Well, that's certainly true. If you decided to execute her in the most efficient way possible, and not, draw it out with torture.
I mean, we don't really have time for that, and I doubt anyone
Or
really wants to.
inclination.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kildrak is gonna be like hesitantly okay with it.
I want to hear what the paladin has to say. Ixa, where are you?
Oh, I was about to say the paladin's dead.
I meant the other paladin.
We have another one. We had multiple. What is Ix's vow again? Like, what sort of paladin was she?
Devotion.
Hmm.
So very generic.
Yeah, not vengeance or anything. 'Cause that would
Ixa
have
has
made
been
Ixa
groggily
really...
trying to pay attention like me, so not entirely sure what's going on at this point. Sorry.
All right. Well, let's look over the oath of devotion. So first of all, the oath of honesty. Don't lie or cheat. Let your word be your promise. So you could argue that if we didn't deal with her the way Auric intended, because we'd agreed to render her into Auric's custody, that you wouldn't be keeping your word. Though we'll go through the rest of them in case that there's like a RoboCop conflict here and you have to just shut down in the boat and die. Let's see. Courage, I don't think really applies here. It says never fear to act, though caution is wise. This isn't a case where we're being motivated by fear to do something irrational. I don't think. But you could make the argument that taking her to be tortured would be the braver route. Compassion, aid others, protect the weak, punish those who threaten them, show mercy to your foes, but temper it with wisdom. So, if you could think of a merciful way to prevent her from destroying the universe and killing more people, or whatever she's going to do, there might be a solid argument made there for Ixa wanting to do it. But there's also punished people who threaten the weak, and she did that a whole lot of bad things. Let's see. Honor. Treat others.
How's the water dead god gonna destroy the universe? I mean, there are like a whole fucking bunch of gods. It should be okay.
I don't think it's the water dead god, but.
No. We could just have Silas tell her that, oh no, the water dead god's like 2 towns over, and then she'll.
Let's see. Honor. Treat others with fairness, and let your honorable deeds be an example to them. Do as much good as possible while causing the least amount of harm. That's not very descriptive or helpful. I'm not sure how to apply that to our situation. And duty. Be responsible for your actions and their consequences. Protect those entrusted to your care, and obey those who have just authority over you.
Right. So the question is whether we're going to send her back to the Empire to be tortured and executed.
Or execute her yourself.
And by send, we mean we have to like take a detour out of the fever swamp for a long time.
Yeah, the meta level question here is like, our next adventure would not be in the Fever Swamp, which is premature because I think KSB planned for that eventually. But
or do we just let her go?
That is.
I think we put a lot of effort and paid a lot of lives to capture her to just be like, no, don't you do it again, miss.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that be the most merciful of all?
Yeah, that was going to be my question, like, whether anyone was seriously
Probably
considering
instantly go to heaven.
Saul's been playing too many My Little Pony games with us.
It probably wouldn't be very responsible, though.
Yeah. I think Ixo would probably lean toward just executing her mercifully here. Like, that way we avoid the torture and everything, but we, like, deal with her, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Was
Yeah,
there
in
any
care.
Sorry.
Oh,
Was there
sorry.
any downside to actually killing her here? Like, is there any information we don't have or anything like that?
Well, I just wanted to ask her one thing, but besides that, no, I don't think so, since we already know where the people are that we
I
want to
mean,
find, or at least some of them.
There's
Oh, why don't-
probably going to be some information that she has that Sloane doesn't, but I imagine that we could get a decent chunk of it out of Sloane and the books.
we could kill Sloane and one member of our party, and then that person has to take over someone nearby, so they're not out of the game, and they take over Jasmine, and then we're set.
I was gonna make that joke earlier when you said Phil Sticker and Killtrek could go off with Jasmine. I'm like, well, someone could play her. It'd be the start of the new party. But
She might be a bit high level for us. She's at least 5th level.
yeah, true. We'd have to get like a level adjustment or something. But yeah,
But yeah,
otherwise,
Take other classes until you finish leveling up as Jasmine.
yeah, though Telgan, it was mainly like an ethical question, I think, rather than a practical one. And for my part, at least in character, Silas won't mind it. Just after talking to her, asking something.
Yeah, I mean, if it comes down to question of, like, are we just going to follow the letter of the law and, like, the spirit of our original agreement to send her back to the Empire, have them do what they're going to do before they kill her, or we just kill her here? I think Ixo would probably be fine with just killing her here, just avoiding all that. Like, it's the same end result as far as she's concerned, and it's less awful.
And Auric did say it. So we're justified in at least kind of calling this what he would have wanted.
Yeah, again, it's the same end result, and
Because if Auric hadn't immediately died, he was going to, smite evil on her ass.
yeah, I mean, like, we easily could have killed her in that combat just now anyway.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I had known that Sloane knew as much as he did, I would have just left her to fucking die.
Yeah.
So Silas wanted to ask something of Jasmine?
Yeah, before they kill her, or it might even literally be him, because it seems like he'd get shafted with that responsibility unless Exa does, just by virtue of being a paladin. The next paladin in line.
Even if she has, like, no relation whatsoever to that.
All right.
Serious question. Should we drown her? Would she consider that a good thing in her religion? Can someone make us a religion check or ask her?
Yeah, that'd be super morbid, but we can ask her, like, hey, what's your preferred method? Because we're trying to not be jerks about this. Yeah, though, but before that decision is made, Silas is going to approach her and say, out of everything that's happened, there's only one thing that still confuses me.
Only one.
Only one that actually matters to me. Why do you think that thing in the swamp was the water-drowned god? Shouldn't that be on the coast, near the ocean? What's the relation?
People have been searching for the water-drowned god in the ocean, in the coasts, for centuries. Clerics have used spells, mages, divinations. People have looked for hundreds of years and never found it. I heard I found an old letter from Lord Gottfried. In it, he described a monolith with writing on it in a long dead language. When translated, it reads, "A corpse untouched, outside of cycles, outside of time. Was in the swamp, waterlogged, and spoke of a corpse that was outside of time and space. I thought it was very likely the water-drowned god. I came here, but the monolith itself, no one knew exactly where it was. Lord Gottfried was long dead. I tried to get his journals. I sent people out looking for the monolith. It wasn't until Filsticker found that book and brought it to me that I finally had an area to search. I was going to bring a small army of people to do this thing. When that damn paladin showed up, and Sloan and I had to flee in the night. It's down there. It was inside the head of the skull of what must be the water-drowned god. It was inside them. And those things, those damned iron things, they killed all the warriors that we'd brought with us in seconds, tore them apart. It was all we could do to run out of there, and then of course, the moment we run out, who do we see? But that damn paladin and that damned cartographer. Worked so hard.
And you never found anything to confirm your suspicions?
There's no iconography of the drowned god on the monolith, although it does say what Godfrey's letter said it said. We only got as deep into the corpse as the ribs into the rib cage when we ran into those things.
Well then.
And
It seems wishful thinking led you here more than anything else. All of this could have been avoided.
so what are you going to do with me now? Take me back to Nilfenberg?
No. The others see no reason to do that. It would be a waste of your time and ours.
Killing me would be a mistake. I know a lot about this swamp in the time I've spent gathering information. And I know a lot about magic very, very well read. I can be of great use to you.
Each one of those is another reason why I can't let you live.
She's tied, so she can't like move, but she kind of squirms away from you as much as she can. And she says, "Now, don't do anything hasty. Look, we can work out a deal here. Uh, like, I have gold spells. I can teach your mage to do what I did."
Yeah, no, at that point, he spares her the further indignity of having to beg or try to cajole him into sparing her, because he knows that at this point she's not going to be the kind of person who will go easily. So uh, that's when Silas takes his pike and tries to make it as quick as he can.
Okay. I don't know if there's like a coup de grace rule, but I don't think we need to apply it. She's a tied-up wizard who has no spells that she can use without a somatic component, except for light, which isn't going to be helpful.
Yeah, not especially.
Too bad it's not Ixa doing this.
Yes. So, please tell us how you dispatch her.
Yeah, I mean, he'll take the pike, which he's probably using as a walking stick or a staff anyway, and spears her through the chest as close as he can get to the heart, just to make this an easy and quick thing and spare any further debate about it.
Is Sloane somewhere where he can see this happening?
Well, since we're all
Probably,
kind of
but I think he's still
camped,
tied up.
yeah, I don't imagine we're all far enough away from each other to even have it be any other way. So, yeah.
Is Sloane gagged?
No, I don't think we gagged Sloane.
Probably not, no.
He shouts out no as you impale her and begins cursing you in multiple languages.
Yeah.
And struggling against his chains pointlessly.
Yeah, there's no reaction that Silas has to that. There's nothing he's going to be able to say.
But we will stay long enough to do a pyre for the both of them.
Mm.
We will.
Now they're gonna
check
have to
her
get
for-
married in the afterlife.
We should check her for magic items and other books first. Make sure we get her spell book. Sir Auric as well. Anything the church would want back, we should make sure we get. But proper dried out pyre.
Yes. So obviously, first thing Lucas is going to take, she's carrying a spell book. So there's that. When you search her bag, you find a collection of Nilfenbergian religious items. Golden holy symbols, small reliquaries, assorted like things from a church. Clearly, she robbed the temple at some point. The value of this is, hey Saul, how much did I tell you that that gear was worth?
I don't remember.
Okay. Then it's her entire collection is worth 4,000 gold pieces, including the thing she already gave Philsticker.
Do we know how much that's worth?
I don't remember, but I thought it was 400.
See, I thought that gold holy symbols were in the book somewhere.
This one was special then. It was diamonds.
In either event, if this was all stolen from the church, we should probably return it. I'm just gonna hope we still get XP for that.
Yes, if you recover, what you do with it doesn't matter. It's just getting it back to civilization.
Though Lucas won't put up a big fight if the rest of the party's like, we're not giving back stolen property, lawful people. Anything else that we should be noting?
I mean, she has some, she has like a few days of food on her, a water skin with some water.
All right.
I assume she would probably have other assorted gear, but nothing that I have detailed out, and particularly want to.
All right. They can help with kindling.
Yes. She's got a spell component pouch, I guess, probably. Got a holy symbol of the water-drowned god.
We'll put that in the pyre with her as well. I think she would have wanted that.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll also burn the book.
I think Philsticker's still going to object to that.
He's doing his best not to.
Oh, okay.
He's like on the other side of this island, away from all of you, reading the book about swamp geography, scratching his neck. Feels like he's got to pee all the time.
All right. So, Sir Auric and Jasmine burn on the pyre, and along with book number 3. Nobody else gets to go crazy.
A great
Except
victory.
for Kildrak. Oh, Kildrak. Your wisdom goes down by 1.
We.
And also, if we're doing like the bookkeeping stuff, I should probably take the save, the Constitution save for being in the
Yes.
water.
Yes.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah, I guess we moved slowly, so we are going to have to camp here tonight.
Mhm.
I know this is a stupid question, but do you guys want to map the 2 hexes we missed?
I don't.
Wait, which 2? Like that one and
The one
that
we're in and the one that's between us and home. Because
Well-
we could go map, travel, map, then 1, 2, 3 days home.
Yeah,
I get the impression that we should just blaze it for the village.
Travel, and be just 3 days.
well, yeah,
Because when we get to the village, they're going to be like, we'll help you if you do this thing for us. And if Kildrak's got like 3 days left on this earth, then that might be a doom.
Yeah. Like, I'm
On the other
definitely
hand-
voting for going straight for wherever the hell the people are.
Well,
Oh yeah.
we should probably. Does you probably want Sloan to take you there before we let him go? That actually makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
The question is, will we be able to take a long rest with the people?
Theoretically, yes.
As long as we don't piss them off.
As long as they're willing to let you stay with them, then yes.
As long as when they want to eat Sloan, we let them.
So where does Sloan
I'm
think
fine
they
with
are?
Sloan says that they're about 2 days at a normal pace south. 1 day if we hurry.
Well, that would be cool too if we like build a rapport with them and get a friendly relationship, and we can do a long rest. Then we could explore the failed settlement as like our
Yeah.
next objective.
I think we need to get this stuff back to the church if we want XP for it, though.
We definitely.
No, you got to make an in-character argument.
No, you
The
don't.
church should reopen. There's been a lot of death. The town needs to recover. Clink needs all of this. But confirming the location wouldn't be the worst thing. I'm willing to attempt either.
Yeah, out of character, we should definitely either way make sure Gildrak doesn't die. But then after that, I would be fine with going back to Clink.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But
Still
like in
drag
character,
dying, then our best bet is to go 1-2 days to Mama's healing house.
What?
Unless you
No.
want to try Sally, but Lucas doesn't recommend it.
Sally
no.
explained this to me.
like the thing is that the soul rot, none of the people can heal it, or none of the random people can heal it aside from like the people.
Oh, then yeah, the people it is.
Like that's the whole thing.
Sally explained what he had and said that she didn't know how to heal it, but that the shamans of the
I mean,
the
like,
people.
I guess it's possible that Mama would know how, maybe, but I mean, if we've already got an in to know where the people are, that gets us a long rest and potentially heals. So
that's fine with me as our next stop.
I know
Okay.
that it delays getting EXP.
No, that's keeping your character alive is a better argument. We should definitely head south to get.
And then
people.
meanwhile, in character, Kildrak just kind of like with massive bags under his eyes, like half asleep still. It's just like, we need to find the damn people.
All right.
Well, she did her level best to kill Lucas, and she didn't quite achieve it. I feel almost bad, but it was almost hilarious that Lucas survived by just being mindful and practical and using a basic first level spell.
Yes. And unfortunately, Lucas, I've rolled for the miasma for for this short rest because we hadn't done that yet.
Well, I guess Jasmine may have her
doesn't like you.
We
See how
spoke
this
too
goes.
soon.
At least
Oh god.
okay. Well, on the plus side, this is not a wasting disease. So, yes. It seems that in the witch's final moments, Lucas, she has cursed your name, and now you have a powerful fever. It comes upon you very quickly. You are slightly delirious and have disadvantage on all rolls.
Oof, we're not going to be doing much mapping for a while.
Oh wow, that's like
Maps are wrong.
3 exhaustion at once. That's pretty bad. Unless it wasn't like exhaustion, which is a thing. Okay,
I'm having to make a little peek behind the screen because this book is meant for like more generic D20.
Right.
I'm taking normally it is a -3 penalty, and I'm just
I
kind of
see.
rounding that up to disadvantage.
No, that makes sense. Okay. Lucas is once again happy that he's a wizard and that most of what he has to do doesn't involve rolling dice, at least when it's important.
Yes. Anything you can do to make them have to roll the dice. Okay. So, yeah. So I think that is a good place to stop for today. We've taken care of that short rest. You've done your stuff, and so tomorrow, we can next time we play we can continue on to visit the people. So yeah, that was our session. Thank you all for playing.
Thank you for running.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
We survived.
You did.
Yeah.
All the player characters survived. I was really expecting like the double lightning bolts was gonna do
Yeah.
it's gonna do a little bit more to the party, but yeah.
Well, fortunately, none of us got hit by 2 different lightning bolts,
Yeah.
which was part of the reasons for bringing the boat forward to cure Philsticker. Not just because Lucas didn't want Philsticker to die, but because a lightning bolt aimed at Lucas there wouldn't hit anyone who'd been hit already.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Still, using player characters as adversaries in this game has always resulted in very very dangerous combats. In my experience, I feel like PCs have an ability to punch out damage above their HP weight class.
Oh, no question. Technically,
Uh,
the DMG says you're supposed to use the monster builder to build a monster that approximates a PC class if you want to make a PC villain, but it worked out okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that's the general rule, but I tend to ignore that at least.
It worked out.
Um,
That's all that really matters.
yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, she was a 5th level wizard.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'll have to get her spell book off of you later
Mm-hmm.
so that Lucas can start putting in downtime actions in Clink to do
Right.
spellbook copying.
Right, because you'll have to copy it in order to prepare things from it.
Yeah, I mean, her handwriting's going to be awful. I need to put it into, like, proper High Nilfenbergian illuminated script and all of that, or just, it'll never be magic.
Right. Also, probably since she's got that, like, half cleric archetype going on.
Some of her spells I won't be able to figure it out.
Actually, I don't think she has anything that's cleric exclusive, but like for flavor reasons, when Lucas is going through, he's going to have to like, edit out all of the water drowned god symbology and incantation.
None of the spells work.
Makes sense.
He waves his hand and shoots out a tiny spark.
Anyway, I'm a bounce. Thank you again. I'll see you later.
Thank you for playing.
Yeah, I think I'll head off now too.
Okay.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
I
Oh, it
wasn't
is a
going yet. But...